Today I wanted to talk about, see what I did there, talk about torque wrenches and why everyone should have at least one torque wrench in their garage if they're serious about spannering. So torque is basically turning force. So if you think about a jar of jam, putting pressure on the lid to open it or close it, you're applying torque. So on a car, nearly every component of a car has a torque setting, a very specific torque setting that when applied allows that component to function correctly. So you think about it, if you don't have a way of measuring accurately how much pressure you're applying to something, there's no consistency. So your strength is different to another mechanic's strength. So how do you know that you're applying the correct amount of force to tighten something properly? So yeah, if you've got one bolt or nut, you can argue that why do you really need that? But you've got to remember that you can not tighten something enough so it'll come loose, and you can also over tighten something like wheel nuts, things like that, and cylinder head bolts, and then you can snap them, and then you've got a world of problems. So torque wrenches are a really clever idea to allow you to consistently measure how much force you're putting on a component so that you've got consistency. If you've got wheel nuts, for instance, you can make sure that every wheel nut is the same tightness, and you can make sure that how tight you tighten something, someone else tightens it, they're tightening the same amount, etc. So you never have to worry about under tightening something and it coming loose, or over tightening it and it failing on you. Torque is measured in foot-pounds or Newton meters. Newton meters is the measure that seems to be more widely used from my experience. Certainly with the Spider Owner's Manual, everything in that is in Newton meters, which is European, obviously, metric. One thing I would say is, all you've got to do is twist the handle on the torque wrench. I will show up close on the car to set the resistance that you need. But the reason why I have more than one, and the reason why you need more than one, is that obviously torque wrenches have different ranges. So the range on this medium-sized torque wrench is from 19 to 110 Newton meters. This monster here, I think goes from 60 Newton meters to 300 Newton meters. So you need this for sort of working on the hubs on the car, working on wheel nuts and things like that. And obviously you can get a lot more purchase on it with something this size. And then this little tiny one here that I have, this one goes from 5 to 25 Newton meters. So this is for your really small jobs, things like Allen key heads and things like that you can use this one for. But yeah, having these in your garage is, it's a lifesaver a lot of the times when you're working on a car. So I'll give you a demo tightening the lambda sensor, and that's it. Get a torque wrench, at least one, maybe three, maybe more. You can't really survive without them. The lambda sensor on the Spider is 45 Newton meters torque. So you just twist your dial. So that's at 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. There you go. And then you just twist the bottom to sort of lock it so it doesn't spin. And then now, apply it on the car, and hopefully you will hear one of the best sounds when spanning. There you go. So now I know that that's tightened enough. And there you go.